Working for 5 years, I've managed to have all these different experiences. Now I've come to university and I've kind of done it in reverse, where I'm now learning why those things took place and how they happened and the theories behind them. So actually having an understanding of where I've come from and the experience that I've had, I can now understand them more appreciative. From compulsory education, I then moved into my same school to do my AS levels. And from AS levels, I knew that I didn't want to go on to higher education, into universities. So I dropped out and I didn't take my A2s. I actually went and did an apprenticeship. In business administration for one of the big companies in my local area. Through there I managed to get MVQs, I managed to get BTECs, I managed to get technical certificates, and from those that's what's got me into coming to university instead of the traditional AS and A2 levels. So I'm studying events management, and I chose this because when I was working for this company, I was dealing with some of the big events. So I managed to go to the Olympic opening ceremony held in London. So I managed to see behind the scenes of these big events. I'm a sports person, so I like to put on sports events. So I've already been in the industry looking at that. So I wanted to further my understanding of that and give myself a step up going into the industry. So some of the most enjoyable aspects of my course is the fact that I'm not in the classroom a whole deal. That's why when I was doing my AS levels, I didn't want to go into university because it was all classroom based. This is very much a vocational course, so I'm able to get out there and do live events. So that's the degree that I'm reading, so it makes sense that I'm out doing live events all the time. So that's something that shouted at me to come and do the course. Some of the challenging aspects of coming onto the course was actually getting back into academia, because I'd had a 5-year stint of working in a professional environment, but I hadn't been writing essays or being in an academic setting. So actually transferring back into academia was quite difficult, and it's just making use of all the academic support that's available to you, so that you can use that to adjust. So when I want to leave university, I want to still use my degree that I've learned here, but also use all my experience that I've had previously that I've brought into the university degree and that I can use forward. So moving forward, I want to particularly go into sports events as a niche, but then because of my background, I want to go into finance. So looking at sports sponsorship within events, and how I can harness sponsorship contracts within sports arenas. My dream job would be working on big professional cycling races. So I'm a cyclist myself, so I like to work and visit like the Tour de France and the Tour of Britain and the big grand tours. So I always go across and view those. So I really want to work within the professional cycling arena and put on the big races.
The thing that's been most challenging has been getting used to the independence of living away from home. I mean, you have to look like I didn't know how to cook at all when I went to university.
We go out and do exercise.
I watch a lot of inspirational talks on YouTube, so TED Talks and all of that. I watch a lot of that.